Have you ever had one of those days where somebody asks you how you're doing and you genuinely have no idea? Not in that polite, this person's just asking because that's part of the social contract. How you doing? And you're supposed to reply, I'm fine. But in the kind of way where they're interested and you genuinely don't know how to explain what you're feeling. For a lot of people with BPD, that's borderline personality disorder, autism, ADHD, or trauma, emotions don't always show up as clear, nameable experiences. Sometimes they're kind of foggy, sometimes they blur together, sometimes they feel like static or a blank screen or just body sensations. If that sounds familiar, I really hope this video will help. And if you already struggle to name what you feel, I've got a free resource that might help. And I've tagged it in the pinned comment and it's in the description. And I hope you'll download it. Doesn't cost anything, no pressure. Today, let's talk about what might be happening when you can't name what you're feeling, and more importantly, what you can do to start making sense of that inner world of emotions. Not by fixing yourself, but by finding your own way of relating to your feelings. That confusing, hard to describe experience where you know something's happening inside, but you can't quite put it into words is often part of something called alexithymia, which literally means no words for emotions. It's not a disorder, doesn't mean you're cold, broken, shallow. And it often shows up for folks when they're neurodivergent, when their brains are wired for autism or ADHD. And these folks often process emotions in kind of a different language than neurotypical folks expect. This can also happen to folks who are impacted by trauma when emotions were overwhelming or unsafe. Your system may have blurred them out as protection. And this tends to happen in folks with borderline personality disorder or complex PTSD or trauma in general. Now, there are two main ways that alexithymia can show up. There's trait alexithymia, and this is a lifelong difference. This is kind of the way it's always been for someone, and that's often linked to neurodivergence. The other one is state alexithymia.